Hello and welcome to the Crypto Jungle. My name is Baloo, and here on the channel I keep crypto simple. We look at the charts, we look at the facts and the fundamentals, and we try to decide whether a project is worth your time or if there is at least a trade there. So in today's video, the market's looking great. We're having a lot of bullish price action both in the altcoins and inside of Bitcoin. We're going to dive into the charts. I want to take a look at some of the top altcoins. I want to take a look at Bitcoin, Ethereum, even Cardano, I know, Dogecoin, you know, a couple of the top players here just to kind of see what's what, because the market's looking really good. On top of that as well, I want to kind of dive into some possibilities where we could see a macro cycle conclusion, you know, typical areas where the investors, whales and larger investors from previous cycles are going to be looking to take profits. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and dive right into it. Taking a look at the king of all crypto, Bitcoin. On the daily, we just got our daily close a few moments ago. Fantastic close, looking really good here on the king of crypto here. Let's go over to our FTX chart. FTX, for those who are living under a rock, is the best exchange. Sorry for US users, you know, the US kind of gets the shaft most of the time, but if you're not in the US and you want to try out this exchange, highly recommend it. Fantastic margin exchange. Okay, so ever since 35,000, we have been off to the races. We got our bullish cross on the daily, and we have just been seeing bullish price action, bullish move after bullish move, really healthy price action. We are getting a little bit overextended, and we're heading into my area of the resistance, somewhere around $50,000, $49,000 to $50,000 is an area of resistance for me, so do watch out for that. If we take a look at the RSI is flattening out a little bit. Now, it is also not in the overbought territory, so we could see maybe one irrational impulse into our resistance zones before we get any sort of reaction to the downside, but overall, this volume is incredibly healthy. This is showing that the market is paying attention. The market is ready to trade. The market is ready to get back in these assets. So really liking what I'm seeing here on the Bitcoin chart. So boom, looking great. Taking a look at Ethereum. Ethereum also in its breakout zone. We shout out to the VIPs. We set out this trade alert to you yesterday, and we are up since the time of the alert. We're currently up 10%, so not bad for a day's work. If you guys are interested in joining VIP, links down in the description below. $25 for 1 month. Introductory offer, use the coupon code WELCOME, get 50% off your first month. $25, not bad. So yeah, it's lagging in structure behind Bitcoin, but you know, the space overall, we're seeing a lot of the same structure. It doesn't matter what the altcoin you're looking at, you're seeing a similar structure. Now, where a lot of people go wrong is they pick the assets that are further behind, thinking that they have room to catch up, but the reality is the market is less interested in those assets. So when you're making a comparison with the structure that we're seeing here on Ethereum compared to the structure that we're seeing on Doge has a lot more catching up to do. It means that the market is a little bit more apprehensive on Doge. There's more sellers in Doge when compared to what we're seeing in Ethereum. Ethereum just had its network upgrade, EIP 1559, which introduced the burning mechanism of the Ethereum network, and we are burning ETH like a mofo. It is pretty impressive what we're seeing in terms of the burning. Now, Ethereum is also minted, so it's about striking that balance between the burn and the mint. This is a currency that is meant to be spent, so interesting to see this development and how we're progressing with that. Taking a look at FTX token, seeing some resistance up in there. You know, we're failing to get above this level right here, which is the drawdown candle, the original kind of dump candle here. So, you know, we're failing to get above that, and we're kind of in overbought territory. We've had a hell of an extension, so I wouldn't be surprised to see us come back down, maybe somewhere around this range of the preliminary support level, somewhere down in here. Let's make that a little less obnoxious colored. Somewhere down in that area. So look for, you know, a possible retracement down to 40, more realistic, something around 45 if the bullish trend remains healthy. There is FTX. Yes, there is FTX US. It's the biggest thing that I love about FTX is its layout for margin. because it allows you to collateralize your whole portfolio. So its margin is nice, because if you want just a little bit of margin, like, you know, 0.25x or 0.5x, it allows you to do that. Whereas Binance, you know, you're trading futures, or you're trading the margin as well. I mean, I guess you could do it on Binance as well, but it's just a cleaner layout that I prefer. But you do need to know kind of what you're doing there. Pump it, baby. 250K, yes. So where did I get that number? We will come back to the altcoins in a sec here. Let's pull up the BLX. For those who are unfamiliar with the BLX is the Brave New Coin Liquid Index for Bitcoin. It is an index, meaning that it is taking the aggregate volume and the aggregate price action across all of the top exchanges and creating an averaged price and an averaged volume. So it's a very handy chart to have, and it is the longest. It's the longest chart. It's the longest set of data that you have access to. So we'll turn on logarithmic. Let's put on the auto here. And I want to add an indicator called Bitcoin logarithmic growth curves. Let's slap that on there. Let's turn the alphanumerics indicator off. And let's go to something like the weekly. So, you know, historically speaking, based on this logarithmic growth curve, we either get up to these points, or we kind of wick past it a little bit. So depending on how far or how long this bull market continues, we could be expecting, like if we just shot up right now, we'd be looking at $130,000 per Bitcoin. We're not going to shoot up right now, so the price is going to be more than that. Now, this is not a guarantee. This is not financial advice. This is simply a metric that traders use, specifically traders from previous cycles, as retail FOMOs in at the top, as they always do, is you get that huge flood of the retail investor buying $100,000 Bitcoin thinking it's going to $1 million. So this is a metric that those traders are going to be using to take profits and sell out of their positions. Let me just fix my lighting here a little bit. There we go. Am I bright? Am I shiny? Okay. Yeah, so I'm looking anywhere in this general area for my position to take profit. Not only take profit, like look to close the position. So, you know, depending on the trajectory, if we just head up at a 45 from this point, you know, we'd be looking somewhere around 160. So maybe 250,000 might be pushing it. It might be pushing it. But, you know, we can also wick above. The longer this takes, the higher this price can go. So, you know, those who are looking for a thick and fast, hard and fast bull market, I think you would be happier if we had some sustainability here. Not only in the sustainability of Bitcoin, but the altcoins will have a lot more time to appreciate as retail gets more and more into crypto, specifically on the altcoin side, as they always do. Trading and trucking across Canada, right on. Ethereum and Coke. I think you're an OG watcher. You're an OG subscriber, I believe. You had a different name though. Could be wrong. Kahuna Organic says, makes me want to move. There's always, where there's a will, there's a way. And as we kind of develop the DeFi networks, it's going to be easier and easier for Americans to participate as decentralized finance does kind of take over. We'll see what happens with this bill. It could become illegal for Americans to use DeFi. Hopefully that doesn't happen. But yeah, there's hopefully some potential later on down the road where you're going to have access to these types of financial instruments. Shout out Shard TV. What's going on? Okay, Gemini Viking says, if you made enough money to pay off your house right now with crypto, would you cash out now or chance it? Will it go much higher? Which is the better play in your perspective? Not financial advice. So this is a very interesting question because you're asking me if you should exit a high-risk trade that is succeeding for a low-risk trade that historically succeeds. I think this is not a question that you should be asking a YouTuber, first of all, but if I lean on if I lean on my own personal experiences, some of the best investments I have made have been in real estate. I don't think you can go wrong in real estate. There's a lot of mysteries and there's a lot of unknowns that can happen to cryptocurrency, especially as it's under the regulatory limelight. There is a lot of regulation being thrown at crypto right now. The decisions of those policies may or may not affect your investments profoundly. So if you find yourself in a position to make your life better, I would probably, take advantage of those opportunities to make your life sustainably better for the rest of your life. Because that is, at the end of the day, what we're trying to do here. We're trying to, invest in ourselves and make our lives better. And crypto's not going anywhere. So if you have the opportunity to buy a house, you're also going to have equity. So if you find yourself in an opportunity where you own an asset and you see an opportunity in a market and have access to equity, you can open up, you can borrow money basically, which is, again, not financial advice, but I don't think that real estate has ever been proved to be a poor investment. I guess there is the financial crisis, but we're even still ahead of that now. So if you're looking for the long term, real estate is a great way to go. Coming from straight from crypto YouTube, go buy a house. Not financial advice, man. All right, so let's carry on with the altcoins. AXS, just being AXS, ticking to the upside. We are losing momentum on the Axie Infinity ecosystem. I don't think that this is the time to be getting in as an investor of the AXS token, even though there's a part of me that thinks that we can go above $100 here. It's just the risk is really high. If you want to get in a breakout trade, if you can see us breaking out of consolidation, you could probably take a trade there where you put a break-even stop in place, but it's a pretty risky trade. So I'd be looking somewhere in this general area here, up at the buyer's climax. Boom, drag that across. If you can get a break out of this consolidation, you could become a participant, place your stop somewhere in or below the consolidation and see what happens. But as far as getting in right now, I don't think it's a good call. SLP holding support, beautiful. It looks like we might come in for a double bottom. MAs are bearish. Price action is bearish. So we do need to overtake some of those levels before we can head back into an uptrend. So to any of my scholars out there who are watching this right now, the best course of action when SLP is in a downtrend is sell when you get paid. When SLP is in an uptrend, sell what you need. So that's kind of a basic strategy, because when we're in a downtrend, it's very unclear. But when we're in an uptrend, you could probably hold your SLP a little bit longer. Not financial advice. If you need the money, get it. But yeah, anyways. Taking a look at Cardano. Cardano is on a tear, regardless of all the bearish sentiment I sent out into crypto land. Damn, I thought that was going to crash the market for sure. But yeah, anyways, what we're seeing with Cardano is we're seeing a pretty healthy move. This is looking very typical of what you see into a news event. Cardano is preparing to release smart contracts, I think, in about 16 days, 17 days, something like that. So there's a lot of hype around Cardano right now. I can see that the market participation here is very low. So what this is telling me is this is retail buyers FOMOing in, buying orders of Cardano at market. So because Cardano has so much staked, and because Cardano has such a following that thinks Cardano is going to go to very high prices, the sell side liquidity is less than the buy side liquidity. So what happens is you get all of these orders stacked, marking up the order book much easier than other assets would. However, this is retail. This is not institutional involvement. This is not whale activity. This is not bot activity. This is really low volume overall with a hell of a result. So we can interpret that as an ease of movement. Just do be careful when we get to the area of the announcement. If smart contracts are announced, are we going to have a sell-off? For me personally, this looks like a typical buy the rumor, sell the news events, mainly because when we do have smart contracts in Cardano, that's a good first step, but it's still, nothing's built. So retail traders are less patient. They think, hey, smart contracts are going to be launched and then we're going to fucking moon, but it's just not the way it works. So when smart contracts are released, they can begin to develop the ecosystem. That's all it really means. Mr. JFK, how can I join the Crypto Jungle group? Well, JFK, if you go to the pinned comment at the top of the chat there, you can pop into the Discord. That is the free side of the Discord. Furthermore, you can go to www, does anybody say that anymore? Go to thecryptojungle.com and sign up there. The monthly package, use the coupon code WELCOME for 50% off, and we will get you bull run ready. All right, taking a look at Doge. Doge, we briefly covered. Structurally, not great. It is heading in the right direction. It's just slow. It's slow to turn. There's a lot of other assets that are definitely ahead of Doge right now, but Doge has a hell of a following. It has a hell of a lot of loud people that have made a lot of money, and that can create hype. If we do head up into the second phase of a parabolic bull run, everything's going to go up. Doge is not immune to that. It's a tradable asset on a blockchain. People will want to trade it. It's traded in more places now than it ever has been. So, as far as retail getting their hands on this token, pretty easy. XRP got a nice, beautiful daily close. Where's the daily? Where's the daily? Nice. Okay, so my metrics, I kind of front run this idea a little bit. I did take a small position in XRP, just kind of a position to gain exposure. Pretty aggressive stop as well. We are up on that position 7%. Yeah. Not a big deal. Not a big deal. And we are very overbought. So the sustainability of this move and my ability to get stopped out, still very high. Still very high. We do need to kind of break out here. But a daily candle close, this is the best daily, this is the last time we had a daily candle close this high that was a bit of a tongue twister for some reason, was 71 days ago. So it is relatively significant. We have a new daily high that we haven't had in well over 2 months. So looking good. Thank you, Andre Kool-Aid, for being my hype man there with the likes. Appreciate that. And so that's pretty much it as far as the tokens that I wanted to take a look at. Let's catch up with the chat here. Arcane Edge, what's up? Edge, you're learning a ton about DeFi, man. Whether you're in the US or not, you're learning a lot about DeFi playing that Axie. Okay, let's see what else is popping off. Let's take a look at some of the Bitcoin pairs. I often go to the Bitcoin pairs. When we're in this type of environment where Bitcoin is leading, you should gain exposure to Bitcoin and then know when you should sell Bitcoin for another coin. And the only way that you know that you can sell Bitcoin for another coin is with the Bitcoin pair. If you have a setup on the USD pair, it doesn't matter because it's likely just following Bitcoin. But if it's setting up on the Bitcoin pair, now you have an opportunity to outperform Bitcoin. So a lot of people, they see Bitcoin perform, they're like, oh, I got to get an altcoin. That's not necessarily the thing that you got to do. Bitcoin gives you gains more often, even though it gives it to you less, it gives it to you more often. So in a lot of circumstances, Bitcoin is the better asset to hold. A classic example of that we've shown numerous times here on the channel is the Litecoin chart. So if we take a look at Litecoin BTC, let's just pull it up. If you are a long-term hodler of Litecoin, LTC, BTC, you've, not to sound incredibly rude or anything, but you've been wasting your time because you could have just been holding Bitcoin and you would be up. You would be more up than if you were holding Litecoin. So, but Litecoin's been going up, right? Litecoin's been going up in value. So there's this perception that Litecoin is making you money. But the reality is when you look at the Bitcoin chart, Litecoin is making lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs. It's in a very significant downtrend that it hasn't escaped from. So the reality is, even though it doesn't feel like it to you, you were better off holding the more liquid, more adopted, highly secure token, not Litecoin, the test network. You want some exact predictions? Okay. My exact prediction for Bitcoin end of year is $165,598.50. $2.59 by midnight, July 1st. You heard it here first, folks. That is the price. Go write it down. Go put it on your calendar. Thank me later. That is the same amount of value as every other Bitcoin price prediction or any other price prediction, period, on YouTube. Price predictions are a joke. They should not be taken seriously. Nobody can predict the future. I'm just making a joke here, man. I don't care where my cursor is. But you're right, yeah. That's a little bit further in. It's a joke. You can't make a price prediction. The only thing you can do is position yourself in an uptrend. And when you're in an uptrend, your thesis should be a continuation of the trend. The trend is your friend until it ends. You know, it's the old adage. It doesn't change. When you're in a downtrend or a bear market, the trend is your friend until it ends. Meaning, don't fucking buy the dips in a downtrend. Buy the dips in an uptrend. That's it. This whole buy the dip in any circumstance is bullshit. All right. So yeah, no, we were looking at the market leaders. Got sidetracked with bashing some Litecoin. Good old Litecoin. All right, so often what I'll do here is I'll turn log off, go to auto. Let's spread it out so I can look at some structure. Ethereum, Bitcoin looking fantastic on the weekly. Let's go to a smaller time frame, see where these smaller opportunities present themselves. Ethereum, I love it. I love Ethereum. Cardano's doing well too. Doesn't mean I like it. Aave not outperforming Bitcoin. AXS outperforming Bitcoin currently, but we are far overextended. Doge is potentially threatening to shift the trend, but it's still got a lot of time here before it begins to outperform Bitcoin. FTT locally outperforming Bitcoin. It seems actually pretty correlated with Bitcoin. Any advice for new traders on Coinbase Pro? So my biggest advice for you as a new trader is to understand, first of all, 95% of YouTube is garbage. Don't go fucking chasing hidden gems. It's good that you're on Coinbase Pro because you have limited access to coins. I would suggest that you start small if you're planning on trading, and that you start with swing trades. If you want to be a day trader, go into the equities market where there's a market open and there's a market close. When you're in a 24-hour market and you have to go to bed, it's better to have a longer term thesis of the swings so that, you know, your trade isn't a 24-hour trade. Your trade is like a multi-month trade. So I do swing trading. If you're new to trading, like new, you will lose money. Guaranteed. Without a doubt, 100% guarantee you will lose money. So it's up to you how much money you want to lose. It's part of your tuition. It's part of your learning. Okay. If you want to learn to be a trade, you got to go to school. When you go to school, you pay a tuition. The fees that you pay for your tuition are entirely up to you. If you want to pay a lot of money for your tuition, go ahead. If you want to pay a little bit of money for your tuition, go ahead. The amount that you pay is not correlated to the quality of the education that you receive. So start small, prove to yourself that you can actually do it on an exchange. What I recommend to you is take $1,000, turn it into $2,500. Until you can take $1,000 and turn it into $2,500, just be an investor. Just invest. That's all. $1,000, turn it into 25. Come back to me when you do that. As a trade, not as an investment. Okay, let's take a look at Cream, but let's get through the rest of my market leaders here. GRT, nice little move, not outperforming Bitcoin just yet. Link, nice little move, not outperforming Bitcoin yet. So what this is telling me is that the altcoins are correlated to the movements of Bitcoin. And when altcoins are correlated to the movements of Bitcoin, it doesn't mean that you have to FOMO into an altcoin. It means get into Bitcoin and wait. Get into Bitcoin and wait. Size up the altcoins. Which ones have the hype? Which ones have the nice rallies? Which ones have the less powerful reactions? And make a very calculated decision on the altcoin that you want to invest in. Then when that altcoin begins to outperform Bitcoin, now you get in. Okay, so right now it's not FOMO time. It's observe, it's pick, it's choose, it's understand the market leaders and measure their performance against Bitcoin. When you get that outperformance, that's when you make the entry. Can we learn trading pairs in some virtual class in the future, Baloo? Yeah, we can talk about trading pairs today in the virtual classroom. If you guys are wanting to sign up to the virtual classroom, links down below. Go to thecryptojungle.com, sign up for the monthly package, use the coupon code WELCOME to get 50% off, and that will give you 12 classroom sessions for 25 bucks. So we can cover all of your strategy and get you bull run ready for the next leg of the bull market, potentially. But yeah, it's really not that big of a deal understanding the pair, but we'll touch it. Remind me when we're in class. Okay, so Decentraland, looking like nobody cares. Actually looks quite distributional compared to Bitcoin. Matic, nice move. Nice move in Matic when compared to Bitcoin. Pay attention to Matic, people. I think, we have a potential setup here. I'm not going to dive into it too much, but it is beginning to locally outperform Bitcoin. That's good. Maker, looking like it's forming a pennant. So what I'm seeing is the altcoins are getting ready. Altcoins are getting ready. They're not quite ready yet, but they're getting ready. They're putting their clothes on. They're getting the makeup did. They're getting their hair did, and they're getting ready. Uni. Ooh, nasty move on Uni, but looks like a little bit of absorption because we are ticking to the upside. Volume's pretty low. Don't really like it. VeChain. VeChain's looking like it wants to break out here. VeChain's looking like it's ready to outperform Bitcoin here. We could have a setup, potentially. Not financial advice, people. Please do your own research. Monero looks like shit, honestly. These privacy coins typically pump near the end as traders and whales take profits into privacy coins so that they can lose the paper trail and hide from the tax man. XRP looking good on the Bitcoin pair. So XRP is looking pretty decent overall. Yeah. TVK BTC, XLM. Yeah, let's take a look at XLM. That is the XRP competitor. XLM BTC. Stellar. We're going to look at the Bitcoin pair because we need to see if there's an outperformance developing. Let's go to the weekly. So these things they've been in accumulation, relatively distributional, but it almost looks like a Jesse Livermore's megaphone. So we got a little bit of a megaphone forming here. I'm looking for a break of that megaphone. What sucks about the megaphone is the downside potential of a megaphone. But there could be a beginning of an outperformance here with Stellar when compared to Bitcoin. Let's take a look at it on the US dollar pair. Yeah, turning around at the backup. Same sort of spot as XRP, except it looks to be leading XRP. So XRP is following Stellar. I guarantee when the news comes out about XRP winning its lawsuit and not being classified as a security, that's going to really open the doors. That's going to really open the doors for some serious investment. I don't like XRP. I think XRP is shit in its current form, and it's not like... it's not anything. it's not a profound technology, and you know that's probably going to piss off some people. But hey, that's my new brand. I'm just pissing off Cardano and XRP community. But hey, it's looking good. It's looking good. XLM leading, XRP also looking good. Patty, good morning. Hello. Let's take a look at TVK. What is the time? Don't want to get carried away here. TVK. Virtual classroom in 25 minutes. TVK. I think we looked at this one. Still don't know what it is. All right. Oh, compared to... It's too new, man. It's too new. Where is this? Where is this? TVK. Is it anywhere else? What about wrapped ETH? TVK. TVK. Terra Virtua Collect. It's on the Ethereum network. Up 9% on the day. Max, when did it come out? December 2020. It looks like it's going through a bit of a reaccumulation. It's heading out. It's heading up away from its accumulation. What does it do? Terra Virtua.io. Ah, yes, we did look at this. Dumb little NFT project, in my opinion. I'm not an art guy. I'm not a movie memorabilia collectibles type of guy, but we all know that NFTs are just on fire. Just the inflation of these NFT products is relatively interesting. It's cool that it's denominated in dollars, but here's the thing: it's denominated in dollars. At what point am I buying these tokens? At what point do I buy the token? If we have a platform that is selling NFTs on the Ethereum network, pricing in dollars, probably hooking up with a credit card, at what point do I need the fucking token? I don't. So at least on the surface, from what I'm seeing right now, there's no point at which I need that token. So where is the demand outside of speculation? Chart looks good. The chart looks decent, though. I will say that. As far as what we're seeing on CoinMarketCap, this chart looks decent. It's heading in an uptrend. Speculators will be speculators. So if you want to position yourself alongside them, go right ahead. It's just certainly not a hodl for me. Certainly not a hodl. IOTX, that one's dumb, man. You're just asking because it fucking pumped. IOTX, if you're new to the channel, when something pumps 100%, I don't tell you to buy it. Looks like it was a Coinbase pump. IOXT, let's go to Binance. Yeah, I mean, what do you want me to say? Buy it? No, you missed it. This means you missed it. What you do in these situations is you congratulate cryptocurrency. Congratulations, cryptocurrency. You made a pretty good move. You must have made some sort of profound development. Kudos to you. Hats off. But you do not become a participant here. If you hold it and you bought it down here, I'd be selling. Matic. Hard forking from Twitch. What are you doing here, Sean? Rocking the boat. Get out of Twitch. You're not allowed here. Yeah, let's take a look at Matic. Let's take a look at Matic. Matic it's looking really good. I was quite bearish on Matic because it was just falling out of the channel, but it's making a nice recovery. We're still not where I want to be. We're still inside of a trading range here. So, depending on how you draw this thing, it's actually it's not a super clear chart. So I'll be watching just some key levels. I would be buying a retracement here. Matic it's an important project. So we're making a breakout here. Next level to break out, probably a daily candle close above this level would be kind of a level of a breakout to look out for. But I'd be buying some sort of a pullback. It would need to be a pullback where people get scared a little bit for me to become a participant. I don't like to spread myself too thin. This is a very correlated market. When you're in something that's going up, everything's going up. So there's no point in being in. If you find yourself holding 20 altcoins, good luck. Best of luck, because they all move at the same time. They all go down at the same time. Especially if you're placing stop losses. If you place stop loss on 20 different coins and you have a 10% stop on all of them, well, you have 10% stops on all your coins. So that can hurt your portfolio if you're not managing risk appropriately and doing your calculations correctly. Hung out my boomer boots. Well done. Happy anniversary, brother. Can you take a look at Luxo, L-Y-X-E. L-Y-X-E. Luxo, available on Binance and Binance Shitcoin 2.0. Hell of a drawdown, but we are holding support and leaving. We have a change of character, change of behavior in the asset. Looking to hold some sort of level of support here. Looks like it's at a buy right now. I'd probably place my stop down at the last low. You know, you can't do that on the DeFi. But, you know, and what is that actually? That's like a 16% drop. So please do your own due diligence. Let's see what Luxo does. Start with the technical, see if there's a trade. Follow it up with some fundamentals, see if it's a hold. Most of these, 99% of these coins are not a hold. Ooh, the multiverse. Ooh, this is definitely a hold. Digital certificates. Okay, so these are all applications of blockchain. This is not unique to anything. It's got a setup there, but it's a bullshit project. So, you know, it is what it is. There is a trade setup. People don't capitalize on the fact that people don't understand what's going on. You know, ID verification, you know, trusted, whatever. That's all, like Bitcoin does that. And Bitcoin will be, you know, doing all of that. So having a coin that's claimed to fame of just a fraction of what Bitcoin does is useless. The Bitcoin network will win. The Bitcoin network will have dominance overall. Bitcoin and Ethereum are the ones that are most fundamentally sound for me right now. Doesn't mean you can't trade it. It just means don't fucking hold on to it. In my opinion. Trade it, don't date it. Okay, let's catch up with the chat here. TVK, we looked at that one. Alchemy Pay. Alchemy Pay. So Alchemy Pay, if I remember, is a way for you to front your yield. They lock your tokens. Alchemy Pay. How the fuck do I spell that? Oh, Alchemy Pay. No, it's different. Alchemy Pay. ACH. Let's see the max. Oh, God. ACH. ACH. Crypto. Yeah. I don't know, guys. I will never tell you to buy something like this. When something goes straight fucking up, it doesn't mean buy. It means you missed it. That's it. That's always going to be my answer. Always. You missed it. Look for an accumulation to become a participant. Learn how to manage risk with a stop loss. Getting an entry once we've left the floor is one of the harder things to do that retail often FOMOs into this shit. They do catch momentum. They get in when things are, you know, progressing and have momentum. But that's a hell of a freaking move, man. That's a hell of a move. Let's see a longer chart on this one. Yeah. It's got a hell of a lot of room to the downside, my friend. It did a whole lot of nothing for a whole whack of time. This was the accumulation in Wyckoff. What we study, it's one of the 3 laws of Wyckoff. Oh God, I'm getting tongue-tied here. Not tongue-tied. It is cause and effect. Cause and effect. So when you're in an accumulation, you're building a cause. And the effect of that cause is the price action. So the effect, or sorry, the cause that was built down here. This is the cause that was built. This is the accumulation of the whales and the savvy investors that know what's happening. Then we go up into markup. Markup is the effect of the cause. So you can think of it as how much gas are we filling up in the tank. The accumulation fills the gas tank, and the effect is burning the fuel. It's the rocket ship burning the fuel. So when you run out of fuel, you run out of price action. Where we retrace from there, nobody knows. But this is a 100%. I would never buy this. 100%. I would never buy this price structure. Doesn't mean I wouldn't buy the project. Maybe one day, you know, if we had some sort of opportunity that looked good. This is not one of those opportunities. Don't get fundamental on projects. Price action and markets can destroy fundamentals instantly. Okay, I don't care if it's good. Yeah, ACH is worth checking the fundamentals, sure. But it's not worth buying right now unless you have a strong appetite for losing money. The market has overvalued it. I can see that quite clearly. It went up too high, too fast. It's yeah, I mean, I can't really put it this cause has been, the effect is already in place. Give it time. It was just listed on Coinbase. It's being overpriced. It's probably a good project. Wouldn't be going all in, that's for sure. Reef, nah. I'm running out of time, man. Running out of time. What are your thoughts regarding passive income strategies using crypto? So if you're referring to different protocols like maybe Aave or Compound, where you can receive a yield for lending out your stablecoins, I think it's great. I think that's, that's a high interest savings account. It's taking some of the, products that the banks offer and giving it straight to the people, peer to peer. Take the bank out of the middle. So there's plenty of opportunities for you to earn passive income. Where I don't like passive income is staking to receive an underlying asset. If you're looking to receive passive income, it should be in the form of getting a yield on your stable, because your underlying asset needs to be stable. You can decide whether you want the underlying asset to be Bitcoin, but don't stake, XYZ coin and you receive a yield in XYZ coin. No, like stake DAI, receive DAI. Stake a stable, receive a stable. That's my thesis, because these markets are so volatile. You need some sort of stability. The price jump was from Binance announcing they will be facilitating payments between them and Shopify. I agree it's overpriced, but that was the reason it popped. Yep, it was accumulated by whales, so you need to be aware. This is accumulation back here. Okay, so yes, the reason it popped out is because there was no supply. The accumulation took all the supply. The whales hold all of it. They hold the lion's share of the supply. They probably hold 80% of the token. So the available 20% that's available on the exchanges, it's so easy to mark up that order book. So yes, this is an announcement pump. You missed the pump because you missed the announcement. And when it retraces and consolidates again and gives you an accumulation, now you have a position that you can accumulate into as well. Play with the whales. Don't play against the whales. The whales will wreck you, always. Identify the footsteps of the composite operator, identify the movements of Compman, and you will be able to, receive the benefits that the whales receive. Whales rule this market. Algo. Yeah, we'll take a look at Algo, and then I gotta get out of here. Algo USD. Algorand is a competitor smart contract blockchain. Seems to be getting a bit of a recovery, but we don't have that macro shift just yet. So if we take a look here, where was the last high? The last high was here. Okay, we're just peaking above that with not a lot of, strength behind that move. So we're just peeking our head above. And then the next high that we need to overtake is kind of this down bar, I would say. You could make the argument it's this right here, but I want to see us get above this down bar where we had the collapse right below $1. We need to get above that. It's nothing you need to FOMO into. It's really, you got time on this one. It's not looking like the market really cares about it too much. I do like the trading activity. I do like the natural curve of the demand coming in. It's just not translating into price action. So let's take a look at Bitcoin. Algo BTC. Bally birds in the background. All I hear is lo-fi music right now, but I'm glad you're enjoying it. Yeah, so this looks horrendous. This looks terrible. This looks disgusting. It makes me want to puke. You have time on algo. You have time. Bitcoin's a better play. Bitcoin is better than algo right now, current form. If we get above here, you can start entertaining the trade. I would just say just get above here. If we can't get above here, I mean, it's hopeless. It looks like a disgusting distribution currently when compared to Bitcoin. So if it's not doing better than Bitcoin, what are you wasting your time for? Bitcoin's bullish, right? The world likes Bitcoin. Bitcoin has the highest adoption curve because, you know, nobody's heard of Algorand outside of the cryptocurrency world. But people outside of crypto have heard of Bitcoin. So if they're going to come for Bitcoin. Bitcoin's bullish. Algo is not bullish when compared to Bitcoin. So your money is better off in Bitcoin currently. Until we can start breaking this trend and changing the structure, there's no point. Okay, so just be patient. All right, so that is all the time I have for today. If you enjoyed this content, please leave it a like. Don't forget to subscribe. And if there are any projects that you want me to take a look at, leave them in the comment section down below. I'll see if I can get to them. We will see you guys again on Wednesday. For those who are in the Discord, just a friendly reminder, I will be out of office all weekend, so I will see you all back here on Monday on stream. And with that, please trade safe. It is a jungle out there. Peace.
Bye.